Hello and welcome back. This is our web development tutorial series, and if you haven't already, we recommend checking out the Introduction to Programming video. You can find it on the home page of the website. Anyways, let's get started with the web development series. So, what is web development? Web development is the process of creating a website for the internet. And there's different types of web development, such as front end, back end, and full stack. And in this series, we're going to focus on front end web development. And there are many ways you can create a website, and these include HTML and CSS and also WordPress. But in this tutorial, we're going to focus on HTML and CSS. So according to Netcraft, there are well over 1 billion websites on the internet, and we're going to learn how to create a website. Let's start off with what is HTML. So HTML, also known as Hypertext Markup Language, is a markup language for documents to be displayed in a web browser. So in other words, it is the content that you want to display. So HTML is how you create websites. It consists of a series of elements which tell the browser how to display the content. So if we look down here, HTML, head, and body. These are three different types of HTML elements that we're going to cover in more detail later on in this tutorial. So here is an example of an HTML document. Let's break this down. So in line 1, we see doc type HTML. So every single HTML document starts off with this doc type declaration. It's basically telling the computer that you are creating a HTML file. And then we see a bunch of other stuff. Let's break this down. So this right here is the HTML tag. Every HTML document has this tag, and everything in your HTML document is between the starting HTML tag, which is up here, and the ending HTML tag, which is down here. So every tag has this opening one and a closing one. Then we have our head tag up here and our closing head tag down here. And inside the head tag are a number of things actually, but in this example, we only have the title tag and closing title tag. So generally in your head tag, you will also have a style tag. We'll cover that in more detail later on, but for now, let's focus on the title tag. So the title tag is where you put the title of the web page. So in this case, the web page would be called page title. Next, we have our opening body tag and our closing body tag. Inside our body tag can be numerous things. You can have other tags or just simple text. But in this case, we have H1 tag and our closing H1 tag over here. So what the H1 tag means is it's called the heading tag. So in this case, we have an H1 tag, but there are also H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6 tags that are also heading tags, except their font is in a different size, but you don't have to worry about that right now. We'll cover that later. Also, we have our P tag and our closing P tag. This is what we call a paragraph tag, and you can just put general text in this tag. So in this tag, it says my first paragraph. So on our screen, we would see my first paragraph. And also for our heading tag, it says my first heading. So we would see my first heading on the web page. It might be a little confusing, but let's show you how this looks on a web page. So as you can see, this is how it would look if displayed on a website. So as we looked at before, we have the H1 tag up here, and the text for the H1 tag was my first heading. So we have that displayed here. And our P tag said my first paragraph, and as you can see, we have my first paragraph displayed here. You can also notice that the my first paragraph text is a lot smaller than the heading text, and that's because paragraph text is generally smaller than the heading text. So next we're going to talk about CSS. So CSS, also known as cascading style sheets, is used to describe the presentation of a document written in HTML. So in other words, it's what makes a website look good. So what that means is CSS adds fonts, colors, and spacing to your website. So it can make black text look red or a white background look blue. So here's an example of some CSS code. It's a lot different than HTML code, but let's break it down. So you may notice that we have body, H1, and P. So this might ring a bell, but it's the same as the HTML tags that we looked at in our previous example. So body corresponds to the body HTML tag, and whatever we have within the body CSS code is what's going to be applied to the body in the HTML tag. So in this case, it says background color light blue. So what it's going to do is it's going to change the background color of the body to blue. And then we have our H1 tag, and inside the H1 brackets, it says color white. So what this is going to do is it's going to take the text inside the H1 tag and make it white. Then we have our P with the brackets. Everything inside here is going to apply to the P tag. So as you can see, we have font family Verdana and font size 20px. So what font family does, it changes the type of font that you're applying to the specific tag. So the font in the P tag will be Verdana. And what font size does, it allows you to change the size of the text. So 20px means 20 pixels, so it will make the text 20 pixels. So let's see how this looks on our HTML website. So as you can see, it looks a lot different than the previous website. So I think the first thing you notice is the background. It's no longer white, it's actually light blue, and that's because inside the brackets of the body tag in the CSS code, we said background color light blue. So that's why the background is light blue. And in addition to that, we also have our heading in white because we specified that in the CSS code. And as you can see, the paragraph text is a lot bigger because we set it to 20 pixels. So as you can see, it increased in size. And you may also notice that the paragraph text is in a different font because we specified that in the CSS code. Of course, the heading color is white because we specified that in the CSS code. So let's start off with the HTML file. So this is what a full HTML file looks like, and it's a lot of information, so let's break this down. Of course, on the top, we have our doc type declaration as covered before. And just a quick side note, every HTML file is named like this up here. So as you can see, we have the file name right here. It's called test, and every HTML file ends in .html. Of course, next we have our opening HTML tag and our closing HTML tag, and everything in our HTML file will be in between these two tags. Then we have our opening head tag, and then we have our closing head tag down here. And inside our head tag, we have our opening title tag and our closing title tag, and of course the page title, which is just page title. Then we also have our opening style tag and our closing style tag. And inside our style tag is where all the CSS code goes. And we covered the CSS code before, but I think it's going to be easier to understand now with the HTML code. So as you can see, we have the word body right here. And if you don't notice, but body corresponds to the body HTML tag, which means that everything inside the brackets for the body CSS tag, like which is at this moment background color light blue, it will correspond to the HTML tag. So what it's doing is it's everything in the body tag will correspond to the CSS code. And then of course we have our H1 tag in the CSS code, and this corresponds to the H1 in the body. So in the body it says, in the H1 tag it says my first heading, right? And then in our CSS it says color white. So what color white is doing is it's making the font in the H1 tag white. In this case it's my first heading. So my first heading will appear as white on your web page. And then next we have our P tag, which corresponds to the paragraph tag in the body. And in the paragraph tag, it says my first paragraph. And if we go back to the CSS, it says font family Verdana and font size 20px. So what this is doing is it's going to take this text that says my first paragraph, and it's going to change the font family to Verdana, and it's also going to increase the size to 20 pixels. This may seem confusing, but I think you guys will get the hang of it eventually. So you might be wondering where we create these HTML files and how we edit the HTML files. Well, we can create and edit our own HTML files in something called an IDE. So an IDE is an integrated development environment, and it's where you create and edit your files, and this can be HTML files or other files that we'll talk about later. And examples of IDEs include Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, IntelliJ, NetBeans, and Replit. And if you want to experiment and create your own websites, we suggest using Replit. And the reason for this is Replit is a browser-based IDE, and you don't have to download anything for this, so you can just access this through the internet. And in addition to that, we are going to make an intro to Replit video in the future, and we definitely recommend checking that out. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that web development is the process of creating a website for the internet, and we learned that HTML is the content that you want to display on your website. So in other words, HTML is how you create websites. And then we also talked about CSS, and this is how you make your website look good. It's how you make it look cool with fonts, colors, and spacing. And finally, we looked at an IDE, and this is where you create and edit your files. They can be HTML files, Java files, which we'll talk about in a different series. And we're going to make an introduction to Replit video soon, so we really recommend that you check that out so you can create your own websites using HTML and CSS. And that's basically all for this video. If you have any questions, you can use the contact form located on our Tech4Belgaum website, or you can email us at techforbelgaum@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, we appreciate you liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.